today's tutorial in which we're gonna see how you can connect your Hubspot account to the Thrive Teams opt-in forms through the API connection. This will be done in several easy steps, which I will cover and explain in detail in the following minutes. First of all, you have to have a Hubspot account and be logged in. And here on this dashboard, you will look for the settings icon, which is right here at the top of your navigation bar. And then here in the left sidebar, click on integrations. Now, if you already have an API connection with Hubspot, then you should note that you have to switch to version 2 in order to keep the integration up and running. So normally for the API integration, you would get the API key from here, but due to the fact that Hubspot API keys will not longer work, you will have to use a private app access token. And that one can be found right here. So let's just first generate a private app access token, and then we will go to the Thrive dashboard and show you how an already existing Hubspot API integration looks like, and also how you can set up a new one using a private app access token. So let's start by creating a new private app. Let's just give it a name. Then let's just also add a description right here. And I'm also going to go ahead and upload a logo. Then here, click on the Scopes tab. And as you can see, this is to determine what your app can access and do in Hubspot. So to make sure the integration is working, what I'm going to do for this example is just expand this CRM section. And here under CRM, I'm going to make sure that these 4 boxes are ticked. So the one relevant for CRM lists and CRM objects contacts. All right, so now here with your selection made, click on Create App. And then view your access token from here and copy it. Now with this setup, we can swipe over to our Thrive dashboard to set up the integration. Alright, so now here, in order to land on the API integration dashboard, you first have to access the Thrive dashboard, and then here click on Manage Connections right on the API Connections card. So just as I've mentioned, if you already have a Hubspot API integration set up on a previous occasion, then in order to keep using it, you will have to click here on Edit. You can see the notification right here letting you know that the API keys will not longer work, and this means that you will have to switch to version 2 that uses a private app access token. Those steps for generating the access token are identical regardless whether this is the first time you are integrating with Hubspot or if you're just switching to version 2 because you already have an API integration with them. So in both instances, you have to make sure that version 2 is selected and that you are typing in your access token key in this access token field. Then just click on Connect, and you will get this Hubspot connection card that you can further use if you want to test, edit, or delete the connection. So these options will become available once the connection is successfully created. Now, in order to connect a lead generation element to your Hubspot account, you will have to head over to your Pages section of your WordPress admin dashboard. Let's just create a new page. And now I'm gonna publish it and launch it with Thrive Architect. Now, the template that I've chosen already has a lead generation element added to it, but if yours does not have one, you can just drag and drop it from the right sidebar list of elements, and you will be able to find it right here under the building blocks section. Just drag and drop it to your page, select a template, and that's pretty much it. Now, as I already have one, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this background section and then make sure I select it from here so that I have the options in the left sidebar. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is make sure that the API connection is selected here, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Connection, choose Hubspot from this list, and then I'm going to go ahead and select one of the available mailing lists that I've previously set up in my Hubspot account. And this is the mailing list to which all my new subscribers will be added. Now let's just click on Apply. The API was successfully added. And now what I'm going to also do here is make sure that I set up the form fields for my form. So by default, this template came with 2 form fields, with the name and the email ones. The email one is a mandatory one because the email address is the one that is always required when you are signing up through a form. But if you want, you can go ahead and add additional field types from this drop-down list. So you can choose between a phone field type, text, drop-downs, GDPR checkboxes, and many more. Lastly, what you can also do here is decide what happens after the successful submission. So in this section is where you can do that. You can either redirect the user to a custom URL, and then you can look up the page from your website, for example, right here in this field. But you can also show a success notification that you can further customize from here. And that's pretty much it. This is how you can set up the Hubspot connection on your website and then connect it to one of your opt-in forms. Now, as always, I hope you found this tutorial useful and easy to follow.